Hello audience, my name is Anime Control and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We are in the court lobby after the wretches or the chaos in the trial, so we are outside now in the lobby. Oh my god. Sorry Edward, I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Oh, but not interrupting anything, pals. He did it again. Oh, guess I am. I will come back later. Oh, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run all around on while duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I have seen happier people at funerals. I take Ilana's having you run errands again. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break. It was a break today in today's trial. Evidence law. Edward was talking about this just the other day. I'm sure you know the two rules of evidence law, don't you, Wright? Rule 1: the no evidence shall be shown without approval of the police department. Is that right, Mr. Wright? You see so? You could at least study some evidence law, really. The ship prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said, if you are planning to take him on, you are going to need this book. Him? I guess I would need to give this book to read. Securely slipped evidence law in the pocket. Doesn't look like the book will do you anything good now, though. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective. Haven't you figured it out yet? Why are you still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me? Mr. Edgeworth! The real trial today has begun yet. What? What else is there left to do? You credibility have been all but ruined with this forced evidence you were unaware of. One guy found out with the constable's death. And now you tell me you want to do more? You're gonna be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Gumshoe. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're going to expose him. No matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Oh my god. There could be no reconvene for the trial of Miss Lava's guy. Mr. Edward? Yes, Your Honor. The Career Committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecutor calls for the witness, but this is easy to say. You see, there is some concern that Mr. Ashford may have struck a person. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses? I didn't say that. It's just to see everyone has been talking about and by the way, Your Honor, I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. What? But there's never been a case example. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but not very effective one. It would prove that they haven't struck any deals with the witnesses. Well, Miss Wright, what do you say? Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense will accept the prosecutor's proposal. Then it's settled. The defense may now call for the next witness. Mr. Wright. You do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is good as over. The defense calls. This time it's finally called to bring out the real murderer. David Gant. Dem agent. The rest calls dem agent instead. Dem agent? What does it have to do with anything? As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in a way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True. Alright, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. The organ music! Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this kind of practical joke? I was on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Worry, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation! So, you want to play hardball, eh? But please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is David Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. No, the Chief Gant. Please, no, the Chief Gant. The court requests hear your testimony. Oh, right. What's with the grim face? First, let's clear up this CL9 incident. Oh, you mean the time when Lana sister murdered the prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There's still some things I'll cut her out for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all of this? Son, either you are brave or very foolish. You are aware of course, that the police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Sure, take my testimony for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, there's an action carries with it certain risks. Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well, the witness may now begin his testimony. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up, the power outage didn't help either. When I saw to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, it had nothing to do with the forgery. So is that when Dark was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent notifying, he says Dark bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear cut. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then they would have to hit him hard and fast. As a rule, to make a long story short, they were sleeping to the bar and out, and whenever the officer for Lana there, apparently she already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I have nothing to do with the forgery. Then why did you have the evidence in the safe and the list? Nothing to do with forgery, right? You claim you have nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in the office. Take this list, for example. This list was going to is fictional. This was discovered in your desk. Not only that, but a piece of this jar was sitting on your office. Was found inside your safe. It was out there? Where? These articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in an illegal investigation. Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? There's a defense attorney who may even rival worry. So you admitted to it then that you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have to do with that? Well, you You were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors are the only one capable of forcing evidence, you know. Defense authorities can do so too. Is that right, Wright? However, the detective comes you were present during the investigation. Worry, my boy. Not even the detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. What? If the detective's salary drops any further, he will end up paying the work. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence for the office and in relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put 2 and 2 together. Hey. Let's see, what is it now? Your favorite on the list. Oh, for all I know, you could have planted them in the office. Anyway, you can prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they are worthless. There's no reason that they prosecuted forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. When investigated the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe the protocol. You understand what I'm saying? That I'm the chief police, right? There were consequences. Oh. Indeed, I believe I press charges so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Oh, alright, Dochi. In return, though. I know. This place, right? Huh? What are these guys? Telepathic? For all I know, you could have planted them in your office. What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course, but suppose I did place those items in a safe, such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. If considering evidence found at the crime scene isn't forgery, I'm not through speaking yet, Mr. Wright. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. How can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Nail? I'm not sure if I came for the murderer here, but in that person responsible for Mr. Marshall's fortunate demise was Emma's guy. Well, now do you see? Really, Chief Kent? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you have reaped off from all this. Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh! The resolution of the CL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That is a sufficient motive. Motive? Oh, that's a good one. Huh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without the case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of CN9 merely sped up the inevitable and little. Is that true, Mr. Stewart? Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway. Gah! Be careful when putting that finger, you might wind up being the point pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly or worry. You know me better than that. There's only 3 people I look for. Me, myself, and I. It's out in the open now. Archie, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. I would be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in for it for me. Nothing in it for you? Sorry, but the one person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's sisters, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'll be there think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. We don't crime and total people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself though. Ho ho ho! Oh, that's a good one, Rory. Could there have been something in it for him? Give his selfishness. Would he help someone else? Quite an accomplice. True, you might not help out anyone for the sake, but if they would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright, it appears you are positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean. Very well, they will ask, who is this person who believes Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? None other than Lana Sky, because they were partners. She prosecuted Lana Sky, the defendant? I believe it's quite obvious in light of circumstances. Emma Sky fell victim to a fortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? As for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the CL9 incident was resolved, Lana Sky was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. But how could he profit from all this? He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigation. Do you mean to tell me that, despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Oh, wait, you must mean puppet, as in someone forced to do his bidding. My bad. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence. You wanted to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her. Right on, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, if Lana tries to find that I've done such a thing? Lana? She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I'm afraid without any proof this all amounts to do nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless that is also what happened in the incident. This incident? Which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Worry. You better watch your mouth, tongue. Wouldn't want you to get hurt. So what do you mean? What do you mean? What it means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the chief is now making Lana take the rap of cover up his involvement. What? Order! I said order! Mr. Wright, you can be serious. Huh? This is an offer to the highest ranking officer in our law of enforcement, as you see, to accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder. That's I mean, that's impossible. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edwards said in easier to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. It looks like he's the one deciding to go through with this. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief and a high-ranking officer of the law is involved in this murder? Yeah. I know. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gunner is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. Alright then. Show us the evidence that Chief ties Chief Gunn to the murder of Detective Goodman. Just remember, it better be good. I know. The ID card list. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 777777777. Sorry, but there's no way you could prove that's my card number. It's your number. What? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Gun's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits? You don't mean... I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7... I don't... The same as the remaining ID card number on the list. She can't. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime! Sorry, I got so excited. Order! She can't. What do you mean? How to say? Nothing. The defense search was a violation of regulation. I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of law. But right now, this court has an explanation for you. What about the use of this ID card? He's twitchy! Chief Gunn, so you admit? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm a chief for this. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me, when you enter the room, are you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, so I do as I do with the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't happen to be with you today, would he? Oh, of course not. Of course not. Why would he be? I had seen him in days. You haven't seen him in days, Chief Gunn? I'm afraid you just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. The trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gunn met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I will have to ask you for evidence. Show us the proof that the victim went to the meet. Yep. This. Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filled out a lost ID report. He would have had to give that report to Chief of Police. Yet you are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it. He filed it. How do you know, why you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yes, to transfer the evidence out. Oh! Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then you accompanied Detective to the evidence room. Accompany him? I accompany him? There's no other way the murderer and the Detective Goodman could enter the room. Hold on, let me guess what you're trying to say next. I, the Chief of Police, murdered poor Goodman. Exactly. But wait! The Chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He... I face palming right now. Judge, you're really forgetting really quick here. He could have just let him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort. Sorry, but... Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card can only be used once. But you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent to it to the security, it would have been found in his body. No. Wow! Whoa! Where did the lightning strike come from? No! Chief Cat, you didn't! The murder was mostly likely committed on the spur of the moment. No one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why else? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body. However, the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was in the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you are the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just order an officer to do it? Hey, you take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office, and all this time I thought it was a useless clue that taken up space. Ah, yay! How could the chief possibly move the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this. The screwdriver which only took space. This is how we moved Detective Goodman's body. What's that? A screwdriver? But what does that have to do with this case? Mr. George, take it back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here? It's here because... I was asked to go by Chief Gaddolis. He told me he wanted to keep it at the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back to the prosecutor's office. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But I did, because Chief Gant asked you to. You mean I... The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edge's car. I think it's obvious that what happened. The body was moved by that car. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edge's car? Yes, unless of course you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgewood to carry evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Mr. Sky. Order! What's going on here? Is there no room for the rebuttal to the defense of outrageous occurrences? Yeah. Take back the photograph Mr. Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to take it away. It was exactly the opposite. It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Guard, please say something. I believe your time's up. My time's up? Sorry, Wright, but I have a lunch with the district attorney general after this. We have to get going if we are to make it in time for the early bird special. But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at disposal. Oh, weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm evoking that right now. What? That is not the right to be occasionally evoked. There's a certain risk to be considered. So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worry. I stabbed old Goodman? That's what you're saying, right? But if you had if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, you think I had on dispose of the body? If so, then show of proof and get it over with. I will say it again, Mr. Wright. David is the current chief of police. The court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Where is Wright? Younger? Do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gat was murdered? Proof that Chief Gat murdered Detective Goodman and made this guy dispose of his body? Do you have any concrete proof? We'll see what's happening when they say it's no proof. It's no use showing evidence they don't have sure for. No, Your Honor, at present they have no conclusive evidence. Seriously? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against Chief. What? I don't gamble unless the stakes are high. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Archie, I will lead the rest of you. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency. Lady Luck, maybe you should have a word with her. Miss Edward, what do you mean? There's no lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth, another witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other matter of proof is testimony. But Chief Gat has invoked his right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else, one more witness who can answer all the questions. Raised in this trial, someone right in this very room. Mr. Edward, who is this person? Why are you asking me, Your Honor? I've forgotten. The defense is the one calling the witness today. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? She may not be able to tell the truth, but we can just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls for it. The defendant? Miss Langsky? She was in her underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on the February 1st. Her task to dispose of the victim's body, in accordance with a certain someone's order. Mr. Edward? The prosecution has no objection, Your Honor. Very well, the court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in Hold on. Huh? Huh? Chief Gat, I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana. He's talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claim, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for the Marshall's murder. This is good. Of course, I will never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? It's just something to think about. Alright then, I got a lunch date to meet. Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess. I'm thinking. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. That chief, he's something else. He's something else, pals. Detective Gumshoe. Not a detective anymore. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Oh, don't worry, I've already decided where to work now. At your office! What? My office? Sure, I will take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with. Could it mean Maya? Still, looks like we are all out of moves now. She gets done it again. Who is he always get the upper hand? It's not fair that he has the right to refuse to testify. Settle down, Wright. Remember what you said. But Chief, that is not right. That is not the right to be casually invoked. There is certain risk to be considered. Risk? What do you mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean if office is the right to say anything too? Oh, okay. Emma, are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial for the Gary. So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I must feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah. Now I finally know what's really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all, just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone knew her. Who knew her, she said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow she gets over. She must have shut herself up deep inside. To force herself to do anything and everything that she told her to do. That must be why she became so cold. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you don't want to blame, you don't want to blame society, pal. Chief Cat may be a fool to be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. And remember now, I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act. Emma, why don't you wait? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this. Okay, guys, I have to end this episode. It's going to be maybe the last episode next time. So anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and hope to see you in the next video. Leave a like if you liked it. Bye bye.